This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
This show is brought to you by Pet King Brands, the makers of Zymox and Oratine.
It's Oh Behave with Arden Moore, the show that teaches you how to have harmony in the household with your pets. Join Arden as she travels coast to coast to help millions better understand why cats and dogs do what they do. Get the latest scoop on famous faces, their perfectly pampered pets, and who's walking who in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails. Garner great pet tips and have a doggone fur-flying fun time. So get ready for the pause and applause as we unleash your Oh Behave host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Now, is there a veterinarian in the house? Yes.
Yeah, there is.
All right, listen to that voice. And not just any veterinarian. Our special guest today is arguably one of America's top veterinarians. Now, he not only does a stellar job caring for our pets, but he's also an Emmy Award winner who knows how to communicate, how to bring out the best in pets, and he is an innovating problem solver who's figured out how to provide care even during these crazy coronavirus times. Please give pause and applause to the remarkable Dr. Jeff Werber. Hey, my friend, welcome to the show, Dr. Jeff.
Arden, so happy to be here and glad you invited me. And I was thinking as we've been in touch, we go back a long way.
Oh yeah.
And I think I can't remember how long. It's got to be 15 years more.
15, 20 years. It's all right. It's all good because look at all the stuff we've been able to do in the last couple of decades. And
Totally.
You're not a grumpy pants, and neither am I. So that's why things are even better.
I mean, how many of us can say truly? And I always, when I lecture to kids, and I go to my old high school, and I lecture every year on their career day, and I try to teach kids, find your passion, follow your passion. How many of us can truly say, we've been doing what we've been doing for 10, 20, 30, 40 years almost for me, and still haven't worked a day in our lives?
I love that. And that's exactly. So guys, look, he's going to talk about a lot of things. He's also going to talk about a thing called AirVet, and it's a game changer in telemedicine. And he's going to talk about how he became a vet. And of course, I got to personally tell you, I love your Instagram account. I can't believe all the adorable pictures you have with pets. So we're going to talk about all of that and more, but we got to pay for the show. So you guys know the drill. Sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a pause. 4 furry ones, actually. Sit and stay. Oh Behave will be right back.
Hey, pet pals. Arden Moore here. Welcome to spring and summer, the onset of itchy skin and allergy season. Is your pet dealing with itchy skin, hot spots, and even ear infections? Help is here. It is Zymox shampoo and conditioner to the rescue. Not only is this a shampoo and conditioner great for general bathing and healthy skin support, but it is the go-to shampoo and conditioner for itchy pets. Its patented enzyme formula is loaded with antibacterial and antifungal properties to ease the itch and stop the scratching. And as an added bonus, Zymox shampoos and conditioners give off a lovely, pleasant, non-medicine smell. For over 20 years, Zymox products have been helping pets find relief from many health conditions. All Zymox skin and ear products get their effectiveness from enzymes. Zymox contains no antibiotics and no petroleum byproducts, just the soothing power of enzymes. Zymox can be found at your veterinary clinic, most pet specialty stores, and online. To learn more, dash over to www.zymox.com. That's ZYMOX for your pet's sake.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com. Oh Behave is back with more tail-wagging ways to achieve harmony in the household with your pets. Now, back to your fetching host, America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore.
Welcome back to the Oh Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. Our special guest today is the remarkable Dr. Jeff Werber. Now, He wears a lot of collars in the pet world. He's a practicing veterinarian. He's used to be in front of the camera as an award-winning, Emmy. Did I say Emmy? Pet expert. He launched with his son a highly successful teleconference program in veterinary medicine called AirVet. Oh, and he's the veterinarian to pets belonging to such stars as Nick Jonas, Demi Moore, I wish we were related, and Rod Stewart. Wow, you're like a Duracell battery, Dr. Jeff. You just keep on going and going and going and going great. So
I always say, Arden, that when that time comes, they're going to have to pull me away kicking and screaming because, it's not work for me. It's a true joy. Not only do I love working with animals, I love helping pet parents be better pet parents because what happens is then their animals stay more healthy. It's really the magic of it. And, back in the day, I'm sure I shared the story with you that I was not an easy candidate for vet school. Let's put it that way. I think I partied a little too hard.
I heard you had a little hard time. How many times did you try to get into vet school?
I applied 4 times.
All right.
And it's because I was in Berkeley in the early 70s. And if anyone knows of Berkeley in the early 70s, there were a lot of things that could keep a student away from his books. And I was participating in some of those things. So anyway, suffice it to say.
Well, the show's called Oh Behave. You can spill the beans if you want. But
so, what I realized is that I really wanted to be a surgeon. And I was going to do a surgical residency. By this time, I'm married. My first kid was born in vet school. And I'm thinking, oh, my God, my wife is going to kill me if I say, hon, I'm going to do another 4-year residency in surgery. So I went to work as a private practitioner, general practitioner. And what I realized my true passion is you mentioned the communication. I love that time I have in front of a pet parent, talking about their pets, helping them do a better job, helping them problem solve. And I said, this is my niche. I love surgery. I do a lot of surgery, but I am better, more productive, and actually I'm more fulfilled by helping people with their pets. And that kind of, led me to a term that was non-existent in the veterinary world back then. And it's a relatively new term in the medical world, and that is concierge medicine. What is concierge? Concierge medicine is where doctors are identifying their patients on the med side, and the patients you become their personal physician, available to them 24/7.
Wow.
And so no emergencies unless, of course, it's an emergency. Right. And when I started, I was carrying a pager. I graduated vet school back in 1984. And the first day of work, I already had my own pager, availing myself to my clients 24/7. And people, my colleagues, other veterinarians, thought I was absolutely nuts. You're what? You get them up at 2 a.m. and take care? I said, yes, I do. And was it stupid? Yeah, maybe. Did I lose sleep? Yeah. Did I miss a couple of black tie affairs? Yeah. But I've kept my clients very loyal. And I realized the benefit, the beauty of having that relationship. So I shouldn't say I don't like emergency. I love emergency clinics, but I don't. Right. I am challenged by emergency clinics that the nature has changed. Okay. Back in the day, an emergency clinic was basically a hospital or a location that 4 or 5 local vets got together, paid for a veterinarian to work in this location and take care of their clients overnight just to do what we call triage. Mrs. Smith, I'm going to get you through the night. So in the morning, you can go back to Dr. Johns, Dr. Werber, Dr. So-and-so, right? And we kept our clients. Now, emergency clinics are basically extensions of specialty clinics. And doctors put their messages on at night. Hi, thank you for calling XYZ Animal Hospital. The hospital is closed. If you have an emergency, go to XYZ Animal Emergency. How many people really know whether their problem they're having at 2 a.m. is an emergency?
That's a good point. It really is. And you're scared because it's your baby, your
pet. Of course. So when you got that machine, you're in the car and you're heading over there. Well, in my numbers, 80% of emergencies, quote unquote, are not really emergencies. Had you had an opportunity to talk to a vet at that hour, the vet would ask you the right questions. And you can, now with video, it's even better. Because you can see the animal, see what's going on. It's a little, you could try XYZ, try this, try that, but this is something you can wait and see your doc in the morning.
Well, let's talk about that because I think that's the genesis for AirVet, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is what.
So tell us what, and your son Brandon, I guess he's a brainiac like you.
He's the brainiac. I'm not the brainiac. He's the brainiac. So with this, and I worked with a rescue back in LA years ago. The guy who ran the rescue, Chance White, who's now Save This Life microchips, he moved to Texas, Austin, Texas. And we've been in touch. And he knows how I was with him and his rescue dogs when he was living in LA doing rescue. And he could not find anybody like that in Texas, in Austin.
Wow.
And so we would talk. And Jeff, how do we bring this to everybody? How do we give everybody the opportunity to talk to a veterinarian? If I went to any vet and said to him, hey, doc, do you think that your clients and patients should have access to care 24/7? And what's their answer going to be? Of course, absolutely. Okay, so doc, do you want to be the one to give that care? Oh, no, I'm not going to, Yeah. And especially with millennials, they want that. What do they call it? It's a catchy phrase that never existed in my day. Oh, I remember work-life balance. Work-life balance. What is that? I've never heard of such a term. So anyway, so it's a different world out there. Yeah. And so we need to provide care 24/7. And if the doctor doesn't want to do it, which is totally fine, we will get somebody to do it for you. But we are working with the doctor. In other words, we become part of their team. We become an extension of their practice. And if it's truly an emergency, by doctors, that's why we really prefer working with hospitals. We know which emergency clinic they recommend. We know their associate doctors. They put all that in when the doctors go onto the app and register. So now we just become an extension. And to make doctors happy and comfortable, we have a routing system, which is what makes AirVet a little bit more unique than some of the others. We're sort of a hybrid between the different types of telemedicine. One is where we will set up telemedicine practice for your practice. Okay. The other ones out there are the ones that are totally whisker doc. They're totally unaffiliated. All right. What they do is they just provide a vet care to whoever doesn't even know you, doesn't know the hospital, doesn't know anything, and they will provide answer some questions. So we do both. We first will channel a caller to their vet if their vet should happen to be available online at the time of the call.
Okay, good.
If they're not, it will go to another associate in that practice. If they're not available, then it goes out to the AirVet space. Okay. And there's a very important reason for this. If it goes out to the AirVet space to make a doctor, the primary doctor happy, we will not match. We have something called the geofence. We will not match a caller to a doctor within 50 miles of their practice.
Okay. Good.
No poaching. Yeah. We're not there to take any business away, Doc. We're there to help you. We want to be your after hours guy.
Yeah.
And there's something called the VCPR, which is critical in veterinary medicine. Do you realize that in
Say that
medicine,
again. You said that so damn fast.
I'm going to explain in a second. I talk really fast. When I get excited, I talk really fast. Okay. VCPR, veterinary client patient relationship. That is critical because a doctor taking a call from a client who does not have a VCPR with, we can only practice what we call teletriage, teleadvice, teleeducation, telehealth, but we can't actually practice telemedicine, i.e., we cannot prescribe or come up with a diagnosis.
Wow.
In order to do that,
because of the legal beagles, right?
Exactly. You have to have a VCPR. So that's why we try to get the pet parents' own doctor there first because they have a VCPR. But I've seen since we've been doing this, Arden, it's unbelievable. First of all, clients love it. They love having access to a veterinarian they can talk to one-on-one, answer questions, just like you've been doing with your educational programs, right? You're teaching the first aid, how to do it, and on Zoom, you can do a one-on-one.
Well, and the other thing is, I tell people, that pet is going to happen when you're ready to go on vacation, when it's Sunday night, or some other, because dogs and cats wear little watches that say it's time to have a crisis.
It's time for crisis.
And it's not convenient.
Right.
But I love this idea. Keep going.
No, it was sort of like I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted the access. I knew I wanted trying to get a hold of the client's own veterinarian first or another vet from that office. So there is a VCPR, which makes it what we do better to talk them through. For example, there's no such thing as an emergency cherry eye. There's no such thing as an emergency limp. There's not even such thing as an emergency broken bone unless it's coming out of the skin. In fact, I tell people there's a hit by car. The last thing the doctor's going to fix are the broken bones. They're going to go and make sure the diaphragm is okay. The bladder's not ruptured. There's no internal bleeding. Once the pet is stabilized, now we can fix that broken leg.
Right. So good point.
So it's very important that we talk, and there are signs that a good seasoned veterinarian can do to determine is this. And I tell our vets, I train them, if there's any question, remote question, send them to the emergency.
Yeah.
All right. But we don't want to take when we've had zero and knock on no problems with this because we are exercising in the direction of caution all the time. But clients love it, veterinarians love it, and it's funny. One of the talks I give is like, if I'm such a good doctor, how come I'm not making any money? So the first question I ask these doctors, what do you do with your emergencies? And they say, we have an emergency line that sends them to emergency. Oh, really? So let me get this straight. You are complaining you're not making enough money, but you're sending Mrs. Jones to the emergency clinic for only a 20% chance that's really emergency, 80% chance it's not.
Yeah.
And want to give somebody the time to talk to her at these odd hours. And therefore, they go over there, they spend a fortune because, of course, emergency clinics are more expensive, as they should be, right?
Yeah.
And they spend so much there for the non-emergency that they can't afford the dental or the ear clean or the whatever else there you would need to treat for another month or two. So, doc, you're shooting yourself twice. You're shooting yourself in the foot because you weren't there to care for your patient.
Yeah.
And secondly, your client spent so much money, they have no money left to spend with you.
So how is this all evolving now that COVID is here? Because I have spent a lot of times in the parking lot of the Castle Linda Animal Clinic.
This.
So tell us what's happening with COVID and how AirVet.
So it's interesting. We've talked about, when you look at telemedicine on the human side, 90% of hospitals, doctors' offices are either already have offering telemedicine or are in the process of developing their platforms.
Yes.
So we know this is going to happen. So we talk to a lot of, and they get it. They don't truly get it because they're afraid. They're worried. I mean, when I hear something, I don't want anybody to talk to another doctor talking to my client. Doc, first of all, when they go to Dr. Google, that's better, right?
No.
Or they go to another vet because they call their friend.
Or my friend of my friend of my sister of my brother's uncle. Come on, he knows.
He knows. So what do you worry about? Or go to the emergency. That's another doctor. So why not have them talk to someone who's on your side, who's going to get the case back to you? So then all of a sudden COVID hits and we started getting bombarded. People wanted to come in here and it's the best thing ever. So here's what we do for curbside. So we have when someone goes on the app, it's just AirVet. You download AirVet.
Hey guys, AirVet, easy. We're going to have it posted on the episode.
So you can go on. You have a choice of either scheduling a virtual visit or first available. Now, first available is that emergency. I have an urgent matter. I need to talk to somebody soon. We will catch you. We will connect you with the vet within 1 to 3 minutes. Hopefully, it'll be your own or a vet from your office. If not, it'll go to an AirVet space. Now, schedule a virtual visit. So you're in the car. And the nurse comes out, the tech, whatever you want to call it, comes out and takes Bowser from the car, and is inside now and tells you, go ahead and schedule a virtual visit with your doctor. Today, you're going to see Dr. Smith. The client makes sure that their primary vet is Dr. Smith.
Okay.
Easy switch on the app. And then they put in Dr. Smith. They start the call. Dr. Smith gets an alert on his phone. Mrs. Jones is in the car waiting to talk to you about Bowser.
Nice.
As soon as Bowser's in the room with the tech holding Bowser,
yes,
the doc comes in and he callback feature, hits the callback. Now he's on the phone with Mrs. Smith as if she's in the waiting room, in the exam room.
I love that, Dr. Jeff, because I got to tell you, I'm fear-free certified, and I go to a clinic that's fear-free certified to reduce fear, anxiety, and stress.
Absolutely.
But I got a 85-pound dog that has to be on trazodone to come into a vet clinic, and we have worked so hard to have Bujo be calm around me and my vet. And guess what? She had a hot spot and had to get treated, and my vet wasn't available, and I can't go in with Bujo. I just prayed, and Bujo did all right, but the stress level in her, getting the cortisone shot and all the other things, Right. So I missed that exam room thing, and I think AirVet is an answer.
This exam room thing, you're in. So it's basically the client is in the room, but they're really in their car. But they're participating.
I like that. I like that.
Being done. They're talking to the vet. The vet is talking to them, asking them the right questions, getting the answers. Yeah. And so you really feel like you're there. And this
is a game changer. And I got to tell you, because when you're in the car talking on the phone without the video, without AirVet, things happen like they forgot the leash or they forgot the medicine. Right. And there's a lot of things that can't happen when you don't have a face-to-face or interface-to-face communication. Hey, guys, we're talking to the great Dr. Jeff Werber. I want you to check out that app, AirVet. Come on, guys. It's for your pet's sake. But we're going to talk more with him after we take this commercial break. So sit and stay. We'll be right back.
Time for a walk on the red carpet, of course. All Behave will be back in a flash right after these messages.
Hey, pause up, everyone. This is Arden Moore, your host on the Oh Behave Show. I am so happy to yap about a new product my dog Kona got. It's called Pet Treater. Pet Treater. What's Pet Treater? It's a gift box, and it has lots of cool things like interactive toys and all natural treats and yummy other surprises. Kona is my terrier mix, as you guys know. I call her Ice Cream Kona. And when that box came, she was just tail wagging and grinning from ear to ear. And it isn't just for dogs. If you got a cat or other kinds of pets roaming around your house, please check out Pet Treater, because they'll tailor make a box for your pet. And they take into things like, does your dog or cat have any allergies? Is it a big dog or is it a little dog? So all it costs is a subscription starting as low as $15. And you and your cool pets will get to unbox new surprises month after month. And if you're good with the camera and you're proud of your pet, you can also connect with other animal lovers on the Pet Treater site. How easy. Just go to pettreater.com. This is important. Use the coupon code OBEHAVE. And guess what? You're going to get 50% off the first month of your subscription. Go to pettreater.com and use the coupon code OBEHAVE, and you're going to save ka-ching! Well, that's it for me. Kona's looking at me in the Pet Treater box. She wants to dive into some of these goodies. Pause up.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey everybody, this is Stephen Werber reminding you to always listen to Arden Moore on Oh Behave, the best show on Pet Life Radio.
We're back from the lot. Just checked the paper and we had a record showing at the box. The letterbox, that is. Now back to Oh Behave. Here's Arden.
Welcome back to the O Behave Show on Pet Life Radio. I'm your host, Arden Moore. I love this guy. Dr. Jeff Werber is in the house. He's a veterinarian. He loves pets. And he and his son have launched a must-go check out AirVet. It's a game changer in telemedicine for your pets, especially since we're stuck curbside with COVID. Thank you, COVID. And I'm in a hot state. You're in a hot state with California. Right. Our producer, Mark Winter's in a hot state in Florida. I'm in Texas. What the gosh is happening? All I know is I am so glad to be quarantined with my furry Brady Bunch. And I know you have a furry bunch. So quickly, can you tell us how many pets sleep on the bed with you and your wife at night? I'm not.
Well, if I tell you, you're going to think I'm nuts. It's amazing. I always joke. It's amazing that I don't have scoliosis because I am the last one to bed. By the time I get to bed, we have 9 pets, 4 dogs, 5 cats, at least all 4 dogs always on the bed.
Please tell me it's not a queen.
I have no. Fortunately, it's a California king. I say that if they made a bed bigger than a California king, I can then justify getting more pets. But it's pretty tight right now. And I'm sitting there. Heaven forbid I should upset their sleep. So I'm twisting and turning whatever I can do to get in that spot and not disrupt their sleep. But no, it's bad. And who needs a heating blanket during the winter when you have all these pets? It's the best thing ever. So no, I'm a pet nut. And
well, you're a pet nut, so I know we talked about AirVets, and that's a very serious and very essential situation for everybody to check out. But you know what? You bring smiles to people's faces. So tell us about your Instagram account and tell us what it is. Because I'm telling you guys want to smile during this crazy time, check out his Instagram.
So first of all, let me just say one thing about AirVet. So all these ideas I had, but I'm a veterinarian. I don't know anything about tech. My son is sitting there. He's between gigs. He had a company. He sold it. And he's a whiz. And so he listened to what I'm doing, listened to what I'm talking to Chance White, my partner, about. And he said, Dad, no, you can't do that. That's wrong. And of course, at the time he was 31. He's now 34. And you think these guys are going to listen to a 31-year-old kid? So, who looks like he's 18. So, finally, it got to the point where he was right on so many things that the guys would ask me, so what does Brandon think?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. Anyway, P.S. where we are today, I mean, I'd love to take credit. I take credit for the idea, what I wanted, what I think vets wanted, what I think owners wanted, pets needed. But the way AirVet got to where it is like I think we're number one is because of Brandon.
Pause up to Brandon Werber.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He has done amazing. And he knows when people talk to him, he was able to raise the money that we needed. You know, with the new business, it's all about the funding. I got hats off to Brandon. We couldn't raise a dime, and he's raised millions. It's like crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And he and I always joked. I wanted him to become a veterinarian, and he wanted me at one point, and he can work with me. The tables are turned. I'm working for him.
Isn't that awesome?
I'm only chief veterinary officer, and he's great. So
I love it.
Instagram, social media is a thing. I know nothing about this stuff, and I had one of my sister has a friend who does social media, and she's telling, again, everything I'm doing is wrong. Because you realize there's the right time of day to post something. Really? Yeah, you have a couple of windows during the day. That's when most people are on. Who knew? Yep. So I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know. Then they try to do me these Insta stories. And guys, this is foreign language. I was getting my dictionary. What is an Insta story? So I sort of now, I have someone that works with me. The pictures are just, I cannot see a pet without wanting to give that hug, that smooch. And that's what's so great. And I have the cutest pets. And now, I mean, they want me now to video record my surgeries. And because some people like to see, so not like all the gory stuff, but like before and after. What did this mask look like? And then you'll speed it up in the middle of the surgery and then come back and see this beautiful thing afterwards. Or the plastic surgeries that I do. Because, this stuff is great. When you can help an animal breathe better, by fixing his nares, his nose, his nostrils, or breathe better like a Frenchie. I'm a Frenchie guy. I have Frenchies. And to be able to do what we call soft palate resection using laser. I mean, it's amazing how the joy that we get as doctors when we can actually help a dog or a cat or any animal just be healthy and more comfortable. There's so much joy and satisfaction in that, not to mention the love you get from your client, your pet parent.
So what is your Instagram account? I'm not saying it. I want you to say it.
Oh, it is at Dr. Jeff Werber. Very easy. And LinkedIn is just at Dr. Werber. Okay. And you got Facebook. I have like 3 Facebook accounts. I have a Facebook group coming to Dr. Jeff Werber group. Dr. Jeff Werber is my medical. And then my personal is just Jeff Werber. And then also I have some really new, and again, I hate to sound so terrible. I'm pushing these things I work on, but it's not me. I come up with the idea. I get the right people. But I have I would report on my show here on Pet Life Radio, Ask the Vets with Dr. Jeff. I don't think there was a week that would go by that I wasn't reporting on some recall of a raw diet because of Salmonella or because of Campylobacter or Listeria or E. coli. So I said, wait a second. Obviously, we have to do something better.
Yep.
So I worked with a team and we created Dr. Jeff Optimum. It is a raw diet that undergoes 2 processes to eliminate bacteria. One is freeze-dried, and the other one is called HPP, high pressure pasteurization.
Yes.
Each batch is cultured before it gets bagged and tested for all the bad bacteria and make sure they're gone, and they are. And then we package it. It's got all organ meats.
I'll have to check it out because I do freeze dried, and I write the nutrition column for Cats.
Oh, you'll love it. It's Optimum, drjeffspets.com. Okay. And so it has organ meats. It has sorghum. It's an ancient grain, nothing modified. It has krill. It has whitefish. It has salmon. It has duck. We're trying to get proteins that are not as no beef,
novel.
No beef, right? No beef, no chicken. And so the goal is that we're trying to make it healthy and it's freeze dried. So for those of you that really like the idea of raw, all natural, no preservatives, no artificial anything, check it out, Optimum. And then also because GI problems are so prevalent, and I wanted to bring something that would help with all the good bacteria of the probiotics. And it's called Dr. Jeff Daily Canine Care. It's a powder, nutritional powder. You put on the food every day. It has also 10 different probiotics. It has Japanese sea kelp, which interestingly helps prevent tartar buildup on the teeth.
Nice.
Which is great. And of
I'm
course,
going to try it tonight when I brush.
There you go. It's great. And also L-carnitine, which we know helps with weight management and lean muscle mass, helps promote lean body mass instead of too much fat. So we're trying to solve problems.
I'm just wondering, because that's the reason why you have 9 dogs in your bed, because you don't need the sleep. You're inventing and innovating. I mean, this is pretty cool, guys. He's a brother from a different show on Pet Life Radio. So Ask the Vet, Dr. Jeff. I want you to check out his show too. But I can't leave you without saying you got to do a little name dropping. Come on, Demi Moore, Nick Jonas. How are their pets?
Funny.
How are their pets?
She really is a huge heart. Eva Longoria is amazing. You know who's great, who I see a lot? Tiffany Haddish.
I love her. I love her with that kids show. She's a great comedian.
If I tell you how nice she comes in, and my girls will go up to her and say, "Oh, can I have an autograph and a picture?" She is so gracious.
Nice.
She takes a picture with them. I'm telling you, it is.
What kind of pets does Tiffany have?
Well, she has 2 cats, but she has 2 dogs, Sleeper and Dreamer.
Good name.
They are both rescues.
Nice.
And I'm telling you, she is a quintessential pet mom and loves her animals. So that's always great. We, when you live and work in the Hollywood area, it's hard not to have a celebrity client. It's like not a really, really, big deal to us anymore. But no, it is fun to have. I've had, the joke was back in the day, I had, in addition to Rod Stewart, I had Rachel Hunter, right?
Wow.
I had Alana Stewart. So all his exes.
You got to be diplomatic there, Vet.
Kelly Emberg. And now, which is great, I'm the next generation. I'm taking care of the kids. Pets.
Good.
So, no, it's it's hard not to have if you're going to live in LA, practice in LA, you're going to have some celebrity clients. It's not really that big a deal. But I will tell you, one thing I will say about the celebs is when it comes to their pets, they are as neurotic as all of us are.
Yeah.
And they love them so much. They take such good care of them. And, for me, it's such a joy to see, Magic Johnson been his vet for a zillion years.
Well, think about it. They always have to be on. They have to be on stage. They have to say the right thing, the wrong thing. They can be in their underwear burping and having a bad hair day, and their dog still loves them.
Right. Exactly. And they always love their dog. And it's amazing how their dog always comes first, and they take such good care of them, which is fantastic to see. So, that's,
wow.
It's fun. I love the bottom line is, as any profession, as anything you're going to do, pick something you love, because if you love it, you're not going to work.
And I was going to just tee you up for that. And you must be reading my mind, because I was going to say, what's the biggest message you could give somebody, especially now? And the fact that we're all blessed to have pets, and it's to follow your passion. And I know you don't sleep, Dr. Jeff. I would love sometime when I'm out in LA to treat you and your family to dinner or something. I'm afraid to give you any caffeine, though. I think that would be probably not a good thing.
I know. What can I say?
You have natural energy.
If you see my coffee mug, that's everything. Everything I do is.
It's got doggies on it. I love it. I love it.
It's great.
You are a game changer. And even though it took you 4 times to get into UC Davis as a vet school, jokes on them, because look what you have done. You inspire people to say, look, follow your dream, follow your passion. And guys, follow Dr. Jeff Werber. He's doggone great. So at this time, anything else you'd like to add, Dr. Jeff?
I love what you do, and I really appreciate, when we have such an advocate, a pet advocate who's out there promoting not only pets themselves, but the relationship that we have with our pets, making our pet parents, helping them become better at what they do, because then it's a win-win for all.
Yeah,
I agree. The pets, of course, win. What they do for us, what they bring to our lives is something that is immeasurable. And so, again, thank you as well for being Arden Moore.
Well, I thank you, Dr. Jeff Werber. And also pause and applause to our producer, Mark Winter. He is the wizard of pause. He makes each and every show and episode on the Pet Life Radio Network just perfectly. So until next time, this is your flea-free host, Arden Moore, delivering just 2 words to all you 2, 3, and 4-leggers out there. Oh, behave.
Coast to coast and around the world, it's Oh Behave with Arden Moore. Find out why cats and dogs do the things they do, and get the latest buzz from wagging tongues and tails in Rin Tin Tinseltown. From famous pet experts and best-selling authors to television and movie stars, you'll get great tail-wagging pet tips and have a fur-flying fun time. Oh Behave with America's pet edutainer, Arden Moore. Every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.